Oh, hello, those of you from Site 42 as well as those visiting from the greater SCP Foundation. Welcome to another field mission with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42, and it is my mission in this little bit of downtime I have to educate, illuminate, elucidate, even illuminate, as some I've heard, the secrets of the SCP Foundation so you can be better educated as agents. Whether you want to know about the anomalies we contain, the staff that does the containing, the groups of interest who don't like that we do the containing, or hypothetical containment procedures for anomalies that are not from the SCP Foundation universe, all of this is fine. I am here to answer your questions for the short time going through what we call cognitohazardous decontamination. I am currently stuck in this booth until they deem me safe to travel. And so I get to sit here with the low lights and the relaxing music until they set me free. So in the meantime, I might as well kill time by chatting with you guys. Desk, good to see you in the chat. Infinite Dragon, Senior Researcher Alex, Dr. Puppeteer Scarlet Fox, Tundra Sherwood, Hunter Parker, Senior Researcher Frogman, Engineer Gaming, Chaos Goblin Dongs. Good to see all of you in the chat, and thank you for being members. Enclave Soldier, Corner Tunes, Tartarus, and the Ant, good to see you in the chat, just for being you. Senior Researcher Alex, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a coffee, because it is kind of early today, as you say. So, what did you catch? Booby Cutie, if you check out yesterday's stream, you will find the anomaly that affected me to a frustrating level. And since that happened, I have to go out in the field, but I need to get decontaminated. Donations that are less than $5 end up lost in the feed. I have to go hunt them down on a secondary menu. I will check that menu for the duration of this stream, but just let me know if I missed your donation because it's less than $5, because those are harder to see. Tundra Sherwood, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a donut on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, Carmen Sandiego stole my research. The problem with Carmen is that she's not even anomalous. It's just a thief. It is very frustrating that we couldn't stop a bloody thief. Although, to be fair, Carmen Sandiego is a fairly apt thief. Search back. DJezzy Bezzy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a sparkling water on your way past the commissary. Bro, where the hell are you? Whoa, well I didn't mean to do that. Ooh, okay, now I've cognitohazardous all of us. No, let's just stop that right now. Tomorrow is my birthday. Are you live tomorrow? I don't know what time I'll be live, but yes, I'll be live. Oh, this is a random dart that I happen to have in my backpack. It is a lucky item that I carry with me when I travel for protection. This got chucked across a bar and it landed absolutely perfectly in one of the slots of the bag, like so. And so from then on, the dart has had to stay with the bag. It's a law of nature. But I forgot to bring a pen in my backpack, and so this is the best thing I got. Assuming there's no SRAs, how would the SCP Foundation deal with an anomaly that swaps the position of every anomaly in a facility? That would be very difficult to contain. I don't think that a site whose, man made out of fire got moved out of the sprinkler room at the start is going to have a good time, let alone all of the other different anomalies and their effects being swapped out of their very specialized containment rooms. I don't think there is a fix for that. I think that's just a disaster. Remember, the SCP Foundation is not God, although we contain many gods, which would make us above gods, really, if you think about it, but not that I have a god complex or anything. So, yes, we contain gods, but we are not gods, and so we can't do everything. Even Batman has limits to the level of preparedness that he can reach. Unfailing Eagle, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Go and get yourself a mocha on your way past the commissary. Why is the thumbnail a cognitohazard? I'm dead and now I'm haunting the stream. Hey, it was an example, that's all. See, you knew what it was. I love your videos, keep going. D. Jezzy Bezzy, thank you very much, I appreciate it, and we definitely are. We are amping things up in the next year. It's very exciting, the stuff we've got in the works. Dr. Sherman, I'd like to know from you, someone who is brave enough to stream, how to be more confident in myself, especially when I find it hard to disagree with others. Yai, the first thing I want you to know is take some acting classes, theater classes, improv classes. You want to be able to learn to think on your feet and react quickly and appropriately without having to think it over too much. That's the best thing that's going to make you comfortable with streaming in general. A lot of people think it's just playing games, but no, streaming is yapping. There's a reason that most of my streams are just me on a camera, because it's the most interesting thing I can do is yap about the SCP Foundation, about life, about things. And so you want to make sure that you come out of your shell in that manner, and that will inform everything else you do when it comes to acting and performance. It'll make your life a lot easier. Highly recommend. Bigfoot and Alien. Hello, do you think aliens are real? Well, we at the Foundation contain multiple extraterrestrial anomalies, so I know for a fact that both Bigfoots, which are SCP-1000, and aliens, which are too many SCPs to count, are real, yes. Now, do we let the general public know that? Of course not. We secure, contain, and protect. And so it's a good thing that only Foundation staff members are allowed in this staff meeting, except for universes where we broadcast to the Broken Masquerade, because then I'm the PR guy who broadcasts to the public. And that can be awkward when I disagree with people. Oh yes, and Yai, you were saying disagreeing. Being able to stand on business and make your state claim, yes, you can disagree with people all the time. In fact, part of everyone's favorite parts of my streams are when I'm yelling at them for some reason. I feel like I'm in some sort of weird BDSM relationship with my chat at times, because they're looking to get a rise out of me, to irritate me, to get me to chastise them or something. Dr. Sherman saying yapping is something I thought I'd never hear. Yeah, yapping is power. There you go. Jojo Frog, staff, thank you for subscribing. Is Little Chef returning? We will see a lot more videos with Little Chef, that I can guarantee you. How did you start your YouTube journey? I don't want to go to too much detail because I'm still working on the 1,000,000 sub video, at which point my entire journey will be laid out in a nice, easy to digest video. So keep an eye on that. But what I will tell you is acting classes, theater, getting into film, accidentally got into YouTube. That is especially thanks to TikTok and the pandemic and doing voiceover work. It's a whole lot of different things. A king and a queen, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some waffles on your way past the commissary. Morning, Dr. Sherm. SCP-049 is asking for you again. Look, you tell 049 that I am out of the office and not to do anything uppity. SCP-049 better not start a mess or a zombie apocalypse. while I'm gone. Not that they should start one while I'm present either. They just shouldn't do that. But especially while I'm not here to clean it up. DJ Soundwaves, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of chicken wings on your way past the commissary. Hey Doc, good to see you again. Are there any Apollon class or higher SCPs that you find particularly interesting? My personal favorite is 4971. Well, what I'm going to tell you is, for today, my current favorite Apollon article is from last year's SCP anthology, and it is subtitled Acrophobia, but it is not this tale called Acrophobia. SCP-8654. SCP-8654, containment class Apollon, is when day breaks, but instead of everyone melts in the sunlight, it is gravity reversed, but only for humans and animals. So all of the objects stay to the earth, but humans and animals are flung into the stratosphere. And so everyone who is inside buildings hits the ceiling. Everyone who is outside, they gone. It is a hot mess, but we did manage to create a society in the reverse gravity world. It was a bad time for everyone, and so that was while I don't like the idea of it happening in our universe, it was an enjoyable story. Why is the stream lagging? Is that because of some kind of SCP? Well, as I said, I am going through cognitohazard decontamination right now, and so all of this room has lots of interference. Why is your hair blue? Yes, you haven't seen the new hair yet. The peacock colors are dope. It is not a failed experiment. It was, in fact, a very successful experiment. I do feel bonita. Monster Sec, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some beef jerky on your way past the comms. Doctor, how's the facility doing? How are you? Well, Site 42 is in pretty good shape. I am in pretty good shape. I'm thankfully decontaminating from yesterday's cognitohazardous influence, at which point I will move on to the field mission. Dr. Sherman, I kindly ask you to call the mobile task force units. What do you want me to call them? Chums? Buddies? Pals? I mean, I don't get it. I looked at a white guy and he's now screaming. Well, Mega GT, whatever your name is, that sometimes white people are just like that. Sometimes white people are just like that. Just don't look at them and walk away. Nice hair, Dr. Sherman. I like that color. Thank you very much, No. I've been told multiple times I wanted to go peacock, but it's been called mermaid hair and bisexual hair, and whatever you have going on, that is cool. If I put a 3DS in the clockwork on Very Fine, would I get a killer 3DS that mimics the game you put in, or would you get pulled into the game and live there until you beat it? At this point, it might just turn into a Switch. Either that, or it would, I think it would project the game out like a holodeck. I don't think it would suck you in, I think it would project the game out like a holodeck, which would be very cool. Because you said it's a 3DS, and a 3DS makes things 3D, so it's obviously going to pop out of the screen. People are calling him Shy Guy, is that okay? Well, Megadeck GT, obviously, you shouldn't be making fun of him for being shy, otherwise he'd stop yelling. I mean, come on, seriously. Use some public speaking skill. MonsterSec, thank you for donating again. Cool. Which SCP was the skeleton Allosaurus? I mean, the best I can do from my datapad here is search SCP skeleton Allosaurus on the database and see what I find. That is SCP-250. There, I Googled it for you. You're welcome. Does the young girl produce a calming effect on 096? We're not gonna test it. What if that anomaly looks at its face? No. It's a silly idea. We don't need to know that. People are also calling him SCP-096. What does that mean? It means people are making fun of him for being ugly. Leave the poor guy alone and he'll stop screaming. Why are you holding a dart? Because I don't have a pen. And so I need to spin something. All of my pens are in my lab coat, which is in my luggage, so this is all I have on hand. Dr. Sherman, call you Professor as a jokey nickname. Well, Anomalous Hodge, and thank you for being a member. I don't think it'd be that far off base, although I would be wondering why they're calling me Professor. Perhaps they knew a Professor Sherman somewhere in a different place, maybe a different universe or group of interest where Dr. Sherman is actually a professor of some sort. I don't know. I'm not going to chase down these hypotheticals. Where did you find a dart? This is a lucky item that shows and someone threw it on a nice drunken night and it landed in one of these slots on my backpack so perfectly that it has to live there now. This is mine now. What's the story for SCP-250 if you can read it? Well, MonsterSec, thank you for donating again. I don't believe I can read the whole story. I've got a very limited stream. And in fact, everyone, we're at about 10 to 20 minutes left on stream tops. Obviously, when you're going through cognitohazard decontamination, you have a short window of opportunity. Let's see. It is a living Allosaurus skeleton. It has its bones. It acts like a living Allosaurus. It was excavated and seemed like it was a normal skeleton until one night it woke up and killed an intruder. All right, so yes, there's not much of a story. They found a living skeleton, although it wasn't acting alive when they first picked it up. GNW, are you going to do an IRL stream at the con? So yes, I will be streaming from MetroCon, especially during the panel that I'm running Friday the 25th at noon at MetroCon. I will have someone hold my phone and stream. That way you guys can see that while I do the performance in person. And so I will also do a couple streams at the convention just saying hi. It'll be random times. It'll be random people. We don't know where we're going to be, but we'll do our best. Field missions are always unpredictable. Cultured Mo, Burrowed Prods, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Who's the strongest SCP? Intern Devi, that would be SCP-6101. You read its description. It literally says SCP-6101 is the most powerful SCP. So, go check it out. Hey Doc, happy Friday and good travels. Well, thank you kindly, and thank you everyone who reminded me to do Victory Friday before I get on my flight. I will get that recorded and uploaded before we get started. Doc, you need to come to Houston so I can meet you IRL. Oh, one day I'll make it to Houston, I'm sure. We're starting slowly with this convention panel running thing, but if the channel keeps doing well and our public events go well, and maybe we'll go on tour. Not to the public, but to SCP Foundation staff only, of course. We'll hold kind of like work conventions. Going on field work to an amusement park tomorrow. Groups of will. Maybe groups of interest will. We'll be around in disguises pretending to be cosplayers. Oh, I hate those all group of interest meetups. They're always so dour. Everyone's so suspicious of each other the whole time. No one can really loosen up unless it's a more in-group situation. But, you know, that's the drama. The jailer's gonna jail. The snake's gonna snake. The gawksucker's gonna gawksuck. Is there any SCP similar to Tron where you get sucked into a video game in the digital world that you have to win to get out? I am certain there must be something like that. There are plenty of video games that suck you in. There are video games, for instance, SCP-5045 is a game that eats you, but it doesn't let you back out. So be careful with that one. It's called Goat VR, so you can check that one out. Scarlet Fox, I'm assuming you mean Global Occult Coalition, Gawksucker. That's what we call them. That's what I call them. Hero Was Born sucks you into a book while you're dreaming. That's true, Desk. And so that's even closer to that than any other. Why'd you do that? Turn that down. No. No, you're making it worse. There. Better. Howdy, hey, Cat's Real. How you doing? If the clockwork can make some items some level of being alive, does that mean the clockwork has sentience, is aware of what it's doing, so potentially the clockwork is a god? The clockwork is not a god, it's a machine. And it's not some machine god, and it's not the god from the machine, it's just a machine. It certainly has notions once in a while. Dr. Sherman, how would you contain an SCP that are clay dolls or dolls made out of clay? Most likely I would put them in a box. Most dolls can just stay in a box. They are object class safe. It depends on what their anomaly is, really. So you gotta specify that. Junior Researcher Sally, thank you for being a member. And yes, I hope to have a good flight. I currently don't have internet until the 26th, so I'm using mobile data in order to watch this stream. Well, thank you for your service. Doing well. Hey, Dr. Sherman, may I take SCP-682 for ice cream, please? That is a ridiculous request, and I'm going to give you a ridiculous answer. No! How would you contain Jumanji depending upon if there are multiple copies? It is just a board game. You can stick it in a box. The only anomalous thing happens when you play it. And so if you don't play it, there's no problem. Object class safe. And if you want to know more about Jumanji as an anomaly, you can check out what I believe is SCP-3300. Nope, that is not it. Desk, which one's the anomalous board game? The one that Dr. Wondertainment sent us because he has a ransom on us or something. It's 3301. I was off by 1 digit. Yes, 3301 is an Anomalous board game. And so, just like that, it goes in a box. Can the SCP coffee machine kill SCP-682 with the drink we ask to it after putting it in the clockwork machine? Flaky Cube, work on your sentence structure here. You had me confused for a second there. Although you might not be a native English speaker, and then I'm the asshole. Which, I work for the Foundation. I'm kind of an asshole. As I was saying, we have used the liquid that can kill 682 from 294 before. And in fact, we poured it onto an anomalous turtle shell that makes it rain whatever fluid you pour on the tortoise shell. And unfortunately, all that happened is that the rain could not destroy every cell of SCP-682, therefore 682 survived. Is there an SCP that could shapeshift, because I'm new to this? Intern Herman, I am sure there are tons of them. Shapeshifting, I believe, is even a tag on the SCP Wiki. So if you go to any SCP article on the SCPnet database and you scroll to the bottom, you will find what are called the tags. And the tags are descriptive words that we tag articles with so people can find them easier. And so if I go to the tags, because they just fixed the tag cloud, which means this function works again, and I look for the word, there's a shapeshifter tag on the database. Self-repairing serpent, shark, shadow. All right, there's not a shapeshifter tag. What other word would be used for shapeshifting? What if I look in the M's for metamorphic? Metamorphic, that's probably the shapeshifter tag. And so for metamorphic SCPs, oh, nope, I have to click it twice. Darn this website datapad. Metamorphic. Now the page will refresh. There are 100 SCPs on the data, so that'll give you a hint on where to start looking for shapeshifting anomalies. Also, I hope that educates you how to search for these things in the future. Learning to use the wiki is confusing because that website is archaic as hell. Unfailing Eagle, thank you for donating again. Can I commission Dr. Wondertainment to make me a TTRPG that traps my players until they complete the damn adventure? Don't do that. You know Wondertainment will make it. And it will probably be very fun. And then we'll have to contain it and no one will get to play it. And they'll all yell at me because I'm supposed to be keeping the big bad board game locked up because it killed 3 researchers last time. Don't make me do the extra paperwork, please. DJ Soundwaves, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of flapjacks on your way past the commissary. Doing some offsite testing? Yes, for the next 3 weeks I will be adventuring around, and so I will be doing short, very sporadic, random streams. Keep that notification bell set. A king and queen. Oh, and see you at MetroCon if you can make it to MetroCon, because I'm holding an in-person panel to talk about the SCP Foundation and give away a bunch of SCP merch. It's gonna be a good time. A king and queen, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. No, that's not your first donation to today's stream, but still thank you anyways. What would you be if you weren't in the Foundation? Well, I'd probably be working in prison architecture. Containment specialist is my specialization, so yes, I would probably be locked into the prison industrial complex, which doesn't sound super fun. $22 Red, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a cold one on your way past the commissary. Can I reenact Scooby-Doo but with the SCPs? No, you may not. Although if you want to see an episode of Scooby-Doo that is basically SCP, or I should say see an episode of SCP that's basically a Scooby-Doo episode, then let me check the tags for Samsara, because there's an SCP in the 7000s contest where Samsara essentially got locked into an episode of Scooby-Doo. And it was silly-diculous, to be sure. Samsara, why isn't this working? Open it. I'm gonna guess it's 7780. Come on. Yes, SCP-7780 is Mobile Task Force Samsara, the cyborg clone Mobile Task Force, the badasses, the Power Rangers. And they are essentially slipping on banana peels levels of silly in this episode. By the way, chat, here at the 30-minute mark, you've got the likes and the viewers exactly matched. Congratulations. Way to go, staff. Like button victories. America Junior Researcher, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Get yourself some freedom fries on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, can you check on SCP-682? It's being tormented by 729-J. Ugh. Its tail just got ripped off, watching everything full of yeesh in its jaw. Hey, we weren't supposed to do that decommissioning in this universe. Maybe you're in another universe where they allowed it. Gosh darn it. No Lee, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Slim Jim on your way past the commissary. Hey doctor, can I take SCP-999 to a car shop? No, you may not. I'm Deej, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some beef jerky on your way past the commissary. So did you listen to Class of 76 yet? No, yesterday was all packing and now I'm going into travel. So hey, maybe that's a podcast to pick up. Although, do you have any episodes you suggest that I check out? Something that shows me the best of what they got to say. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I believe the cognitohazard from yesterday is already worn off. That was very fast, like extremely fast. Oh yes, it came off by the end of stream, thankfully. Right at the end of stream, I was painfully cured, but now we're just doing some cognitohazardous decontamination just in case. Sarah, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. I'm going to be the very best like no one ever was, but with the SCPs. 22 Red, thank you for donating again. And, oh, or there's some SCP Pokemon crossover tales on the database to be sure. They, in fact, oh, give me 1 second. 0, 4, 3, 8, 9, 1, boom. Yes, if you look on the database for Pokemon, you will find stories. Use the site search to search for Pokemon and enjoy yourself. It gets weird. Amber, thank you for donating via the Ko-Fi. Much obliged for you going the long way to support the channel. And since your donation was also surprisingly generous, make sure to hit the on-site executive sauna whenever you have time. I'll tell them that you're coming. And a little extra for your travels. Well, thank you kindly for your help in this adventure. Hopefully we have a good, safe travel across the country, have a good in-person event. Everyone's gonna have a good time, I'm sure. Dr. Sherman, can I have a quick SCP file you like or maybe are fond of? I want to make an audiobook, definitely not for escaping my work. SCP-5045, Goat VR. That would be a fun one. I just got accepted for the SCP Wiki. Congratulations, intern fan. Take care of yourself and follow the rules and do all the good research so that you do good works in the community. I've been around for 15 years in the SCP community now, basically. So, yes, in one way or another anyways. So, yes, make cool stuff. Enjoy yourself. Green light process. Yes, if you're going to write something, green light process. Follow the rules. Don't be a dick. Rule 0. Bet. See you guys later. I am escaping my work. Ha 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 ha. That person's about to be turned into a goat. All right, this has got to be the last donation and question I answer because I have to get going to my flight. So it is a hard cap to leave now. Wolfie the Wolf, thank you for your donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a smoothie on your way past the commissary. What do you think about SCP-682? Hate the jerk. I'm from another universe where somehow it's allowed to roam free around the location. I love it, but it kills staff. If it kills staff, they shouldn't let it roam. What kind of idiots are they? What are you doing here? All right, guys. I have got a jet, literally to a jet. Elizabeth, thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your service and your membership. Make sure you keep that bell hit because I'm going to be streaming at so many random times, you won't even know what's going on. So don't miss it. If you do miss it, I keep the VODs for a reason. So take care of yourselves, be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video and or stream. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing there outside your door. I'm sent to wake you up to say goodbye. But the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waving his horn. I'm already so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Sorry, I didn't do the favorite SCPs. I am running late as hell. I'll see you.